LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, this time we got a quick reaction to Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless has his own show outside of Undisputed on his own YouTube channel. It's called The Skip Bayless Show. Skip Bayless went into a deep dive into his personal life in this clip right here. He speaks about, oh shit, what did I just press? God damn. Yeah, he speaks about his resolve and his unwillingness to relent in his pursuit in his career. So he was adamant about not having children, not having kids. He did not think he could be the father that he needed to be to support his kids in pursuit of the job that he's willing to do in sports media. So Skip Bayless, in a move that is fundamentally red pill, put himself first, his purpose first, purpose second, him first, whatever order it is. Put his purpose in himself first before any romantic interests or even having the possibility of having kids. So he let's get into this deep dive. It's better coming from him. That's why we do this reaction. So let's get into it. All right, let's get it.
Now allow me to go deep.
What?
All right, we got to pause off the beginning. Come on, Skip. God damn it. All right, let's be serious.
Now
Let's get into it.
allow me to go deep. The reason I have so appreciated Tom Brady operates on several personal levels for me. A family level and an age level. If you'll excuse the digression, I chose in my 20s, as I was coming up in this business, to not have children. I married not my high school sweetheart, but my junior high sweetheart. And one reason we didn't make it was I knew she wanted kids. And I knew the deeper I got into my career, I just couldn't have kids. I am obsessed to this moment with what I'm doing right here, right now with you. I live for this. It's my whole life. It's my calling. It's not a job. It's my passion. It's what I was born to do and what I want to continue to do as long as my personal situation will allow it. I then, after that relationship ended, my first marriage, I had a longer term relationship with another woman. And in the end, she just had to have children. I said, I can't. I tried to get there and I couldn't get there. I just knew I was going to have to move up. That's how this business works. And I just knew that if I continue to work nights and weekends the way I do.
Not going to interrupt it again. We're going to get right back into it. But you can clearly see the determination, the resolve, the understanding of the business and what he needed to do. He put his purpose and his desires, well, I can't say desires, but his purpose first, unwavering, unrelenting. Because generally when you're building a relationship with a woman, children are going to come into question at some point. Family building is going to come into question at some point. To have the resolve to put you and your purpose first, unwavering, is something that's spoken about a lot, but you don't really see it be put into action very, very much. So let's get back into it.
Obsessively, that I'd be a horrible father. I'd be as horrible a father as my father was for other reasons.
I didn't do this justice. I gotta go back 20 seconds so it goes in full
I just
pause.
knew that if I continue to work nights and weekends the way I do, obsessively, that I'd be a horrible father. I'd be as horrible a father as my father was for other reasons. I wasn't going to inflict that upon kids. Not fair, not worth it. No, I'm married to this. Then I met my wife, Ernestine, 17 years ago in New York City. On our first date, as she will attest, I said, hey, if this happens to go anywhere, I'm sorry, but I'm declaring myself up front. You'll always be number two to my job, which is my life, which is my passion.
He declared up front off riff, you will always be number two. That is standing on your foundation, your principle, your purpose first. That's what Skip said. His purpose is first. She will always be second. That was 17 years ago. I'm going to find out Skip's age because I don't know how old Skip is right now, but that's pretty late in life.
I'm declaring myself up front. You'll always be number two to my job, which is my life, which is my passion. She was taken aback, but she said, okay, I got it. She'd like to say now she's become 1A, but only 1A, to my obsession. Brady has been obsessed with football. In many ways, he's the greatest overachiever ever because he wasn't born with the greatest amount of athletic ability. He's better than a lot of people give him credit for, but still, he's got a nice arm, an above average arm, but he didn't have the Elway Marino cannon. And obviously, there's no Michael Vick operating. There's no Lamar Jackson operating, even though Brady has worked so hard with my friend Tom House, the throwing guru out here in L.A., used to be the pitching coach back when I knew him first with the Texas Rangers.
All right, so he's going into a
so
Brady
hard
speech
with Tom
now.
in the offseason to improve velocity.
Okay, so Adam Schefter today reported that Tom Brady has retired, but it's being refuted right now on Twitter and saying that it's cap. And yeah, a lot of people, everyone's just tweeting,
Stop the cap.
like it's not happening. And Brady said this is news to him. Well, they're saying that Brady said that. I haven't seen that from Tom Brady specifically. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that Brady retirement. I got to hear it out of the goat's mouth. Babes R Us says he's really more obsessed with watching men sweat than making kids in a legacy. That's his choice. Some people look at legacy as what they've done, what they've accomplished, the legacy that they personally left on the planet, the impact that they personally left on the planet, opposed to their kids as their legacy. A lot of people look at it that way, and I don't blame them. Some people look at having kids as a completely selfish decision, especially if they know they can't do anything good for the kids. That's why Skip said that he didn't have kids. He would not be. This is a very short clip. I can definitely pull this back, pause, so we can get back into this.
Now allow me to go deep.
Because I think, yeah, he has to pause when he says that too.
What?
But we got to be serious about this. This is a deep discussion. Not a lot of men could actually stand on it when they don't want to have kids. We see a lot of men, I'm going to play the clip in a second, but we see a lot of men have kids when they're not ready to have kids, feeling pressure from the woman that they're with to have kids, be made a father, end up being called a deadbeat because they were not ready to have kids, being put in a position that they were not ready to have kids. Even when you're in a stable family building situation that Skip could have potentially been in. He knew what it took in his business, the travel it takes to elevate in this business, the moving of jobs. You don't want to displace your kids. He knew that he wouldn't have the requisite time to spend with his kids, and he would be a terrible father. A lot of people do not have the resolve to put their purpose first and say, bump all that shit. You're going to lose women. You will lose women all the time if you're going to be like, I'm not going to have kids, because most people want to have kids. But he was determined. Let me get back into that comment. He's more obsessed with, watching men, sweaty men with sports. Sweaty men. That's.
The reason I have so appreciated Tom Brady operates on several personal levels for me. A family level and an age level.
Wait.
If you'll excuse the digression.
My bad, y'all. Hit that like button upon entry. It's late right now. Who else is giving y'all streams like this? Hit that goddamn like button. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas. Am I seeing the likes going up? 8 of y'all watching. Struggle stream, a basic struggle stream. Where the likes at? Get these fucking likes up. We getting into this. All right, let's go.
Now allow me to go deep. The reason I have so appreciated Tom Brady operates on several personal levels for me. A family level and an age level.
Nah, what's going on? Why is the chat not working? That chat needs to update itself. What's going on with this shit? I can't even drag this over here. Y'all see this? This is what the chat really looks like. And this is what it's displaying over here. It's displaying some next shit. Chat needs to keep it a bean right now because it's showing some next fugazi shit.
If you'll excuse the digression, I chose in my 20s, as I was coming up in this business, to not have children. I married not my high school sweetheart, but my junior high sweetheart. And one reason we didn't make it was I knew she wanted kids. And I knew the deeper I got into my career, I just couldn't have kids. I am obsessed. I wasn't going to inflict that upon kids. Not fair, not worth it. No. I'm married to this. Then I met my wife, Ernestine. 17 years ago in New York City.
Now, don't we hear men in the manosphere campaigning for men to be direct with the women that they're dealing with and let them know this up front so they're not taken aback or lost if a man is seriously about his business and on his purpose. What the fuck is going on with this chat now? All right, whatever. Shit came back. Yo, this shit fucking tripping balls out here. All right, we getting back into it.
I like to say now she's become 1A, but only 1A, to my obsession. Brady has been obsessed with football. In many ways, he's the greatest overachiever.
All right, that's back into the Tom Brady talk. Babes or Us said, I bet the people he worked for have kids. Most likely. But kids aren't for everybody. Some people make the conscious decision to have kids. I'm not campaigning for people to make that decision. I just understand when people do make that decision. There's nothing wrong with it. That's more that reaction was more about his resolve and his unwillingness to waver and capitulate to a woman's demands when he knew what his path was. So, shout out to Skip Bayless in that regard. He really put focus into his career and he knew what it took to get to where he is right now and currently still working. Skip Bayless, I think the way Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp have it set up is actually better than the way Stephen A. Smith has it set up because they're all making millions upon millions of dollars. Skip Bayless and Stephen A. have the biggest contracts in sports entertainment when it comes to commentary. But Skip Bayless on FS1 seems like he has more freedom. He has his own YouTube page, his own platform, the Skip Bayless Show, and he has one job on Fox Sports 1. One job, undisputed, while Stephen A. is doing everything for ESPN. He's pretty much ESPN, and he doesn't have his own established platform outside of ESPN, but he has multiple shows on ESPN. I would rather go the Skip Bayless route where you own your own stuff along with working for the big engine, so you're still mainstream. ESPN, you get more passes and more perks, but you know it is what it is. I'm not going to do too much comparison. Comparison is the thief of all joy. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We have a lot more features coming to the channel. As you can see, the chat is going to be immortalized in the streams now. We out. Yeah.